Hello and welcome. I'm Hrish, co-founder and CEO of SuperWorld, a virtual world in augmented reality where creativity and entrepreneurship come together on one decentralized platform. From the Empire State Building to the Sydney Opera House to some of the more obscure places on Earth, in SuperWorld, our world is yours. Yours to buy, yours to sell, yours to create, and yours to explore. SuperWorld is mapped on top of the real world to create over 64 billion unique plots of land, with each plot measuring roughly 100 meters by 100 meters of real-world space. To give you an idea, one plot of SuperWorld AR real estate is about the size of Yankee Stadium. Ready to get started? Find land to cultivate for its strategic real estate location as a digital asset or that holds sentimental value for you. Buying and selling virtual real estate in SuperWorld is easy, as all transactions take place securely on the Ethereum blockchain, and every plot of land is represented by a non-fungible token on the ERC 721 standard. Personalize your world in AR through interactive 3D objects, animation, photos, videos, and text to truly make a world of your own. Ready to find your peace on Earth? Join us in SuperWorld.
Hello, everybody. Welcome you. Today, actually on Wednesday this week, because we are having a busy schedule. So this week's webinar is today on Wednesday, and my name is Marta, and also together with our co-founder and CEO, Hrish, we're going to be introducing you to the SuperWorld, as well as we're going to today talk in detail about how you can maximize the visibility of your business with SuperWorld. So hello, everybody. And Hrish, I guess you can share a few words from your side and slowly just start introducing us into what SuperWorld is.
Sure. Yeah, it's great to be here for another awesome webinar. We're on more and more social networks, so hopefully you are catching this on your favorite social network, whatever that might be. We're across, I think, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, and probably some others I'm missing. So we're going to keep expanding that. But let's go ahead and jump into the vision is SuperWorld, so everyone understands kind of what we're building and what the vision behind it is. So my co-founder Max Woon and I were really inspired by Pokemon Go. Came out about 7 years ago. You had all these people running around the world looking for Pokemon, and when we saw that, we thought, you know what? How could we enable anyone to create anything they want anywhere in real world locations? In other words, instead of Pokemon, what if it was about your business? What if it was about something that you're passionate about, like, history or your vacations or, your family or, your hobbies? In other words, how could we enable you to have the tools to create, discover, and monetize anything anywhere in real world locations and effectively enable you to build a world on top of the real world? And the other part of it was, how could we use Web3 to enable you to authenticate every piece of content that you're creating, as well as use Web3 to actually enable anyone to own geospatial areas around them in real world locations. And we structured that as virtual real estate covering real world locations. And then, again, with the mission of how do we build a virtual world that enhances people's real lives, enable you to enhance your real life, to do what you love to do, and to be able to, again, create, discover, and monetize content anywhere in the world. And then ultimately, the high level vision was, how can we all build a decentralized virtual world that actually enhances humanity? Can we use these technologies to do positive things for the planet? And that's the vision of SuperWorld.
Okay, thank you very much, Hrish. And moving forward, besides explaining what SuperWorld is about, I would also like to ask you to share a few words about your background, who you are, and what brought you into creating SuperWorld.
Sure. So, just to introduce myself, I've always been passionate about, everything I do in my life, and, been lucky and fortunate enough to have a variety of different experiences that have led me to Superworld. First and foremost, I'm a global nomad, so live around the world and really love cultures and people and languages. And again, the vision of Superworld is how do we enable anyone to get to know the world around them, and be able to create that world. And so, I've had the opportunity to live all over the world, and my career has taken me from management consulting to investment banking. I started off at UBS Investment Bank and HSBC. Started off in real estate investment banking, so understand the physical real estate market. And also, got into M&A and coverage investment banking at HSBC in New York. After that was a venture capitalist in New York. Had the opportunity to go over to Eastern Europe about 14 years ago, and helped start a venture capital fund investing in early stage startups. After that was an early team member, first biz dev at TopTal, which is an Andreessen Horowitz-backed talent marketplace. So helped build and scale TopTal and grow TopTal, and learned a lot from that experience of growing a platform. And then previous to Superworld, I co-founded Rogue Initiative Studios, which is a film, television, gaming, and virtual reality studio in Los Angeles. My co-founder had produced Call of Duty, Modern Warfare series, and Ghosts. We're partnered with Michael Bay, the action director, who's known for very big action movies like Transformers, The Island, Armageddon, Pearl Harbor. And what I learned from that experience is a Michael Bay movie and a Call of Duty game are really the same thing. They're built in an engine, right? So, a big action movie like that, or a well-known, video game franchise, really all of those things are built in engines, and you can build anything in an engine. And like I said, when Pokemon Go came out, we saw all these people running around the world looking at Pokemon. My co-founder Max and I thought, you know what? If anything can be built in an engine, well then, we can give people the tools to build what they want anywhere in real world locations. And that could be very compelling. And that was how we kind of got to the vision of Superworld, as I mentioned.
Yeah, it makes completely sense that your versatile background made it possible, to develop this project and just create such a holistic and just multi-dimensional tool that allows to just, as you said, like enhance people's lives, right? It's experience many different things from the world and just put it together, and this is what you're trying to do with SuperWorld, right?
Yeah, it definitely putting a world together definitely involves a lot of different ideas and people. So we're lucky to have so many people that are involved in helping to build it.
Yeah, this is really exciting. Sorry, I need to come back to the topic, just mentioning that it's really exciting to hear how many incredible people you have met on your way, and that you have also made really believe in your vision and brought into that project. I think that's very, very important, hearing your background, hearing your story. And also regarding today's session, just some basic let's say rules for the beginning. What's the plan for today? So as always, we want to tell you about what SuperWorld is to all the new people, and also for the people that are getting started with SuperWorld and just still want to kind of refresh their memory, what possibilities are there for them. However, besides that, of course, we want to put more attention for entrepreneurs and for business owners and marketers today during our session. So we'll be explaining to you today how creating your business profile will help you to maximize visibility for your business, as well as we'll talk about the SEO benefits that SuperWorld has for your business, and finally about the feature of the geolocation of your business. And besides that, of course, as always, we have a lot of exciting offers for you. Of course, also what I would like to say that we would love to see you interacting with us in the comment section. If you have some questions, please go ahead and give us all the burning questions, impressions that you have about SuperWorld. We love having chats with you. If those are just more complex questions, as always, in the end, Hrish is going to answer them during the Q&A session. And of course, if you're watching us, please let us know from where you're watching us, where in the world are you currently, and you are seeing us. We would like to see how global our audience is today. So moving forward, we would like to present to you the offers that are happening during this week, as well as in general, that you would probably be interested in SuperWorld. So the first offer is the Chicago week offer.
Yeah, so this week we're celebrating ETHCC, which is an Ethereum conference that's happening in Chicago. And we're enabling anyone who loves Chicago to take advantage of this offer. Anyone who buys 3 plots of virtual real estate in Chicago this week, we have a 2 bonus plots offer for anywhere in the world, or go ahead and buy 20 plots of virtual real estate and get 15 bonus plots anywhere in the world. So if you love Chicago, which I know a lot of people, I lived in Chicago for a long time. It's an amazing city, the Windy City, Chi-Town. You might be a fan of the Bulls, the Cubs. There's just so much happening in that city. It's a beautiful city. Lots and awesome virtual real estate there. So if you love Chicago, definitely jump on this and use bulk buy. And you can just click on neighborhoods and get a lot of awesome places there.
Amazing. The next offer that we have for you guys this week is Zurich.
Yeah, so this week is the Zurich Crypto Festival that's happening there. And it's in Zurich and Zug this week. And it's a great opportunity. If you're in Zurich or Zug, come and check out the festival, the Crypto Oasis Festival that's happening. And if you are not there, you can also see content that's going to be added to the map in Zurich from that festival. And then, again, if you love Zurich, it's a great time to come in and buy virtual real estate. So we have an offer of buy one, get one free in Zurich this week. Lots of awesome properties there. Zurich is a home base for many in the crypto community, as I said, specifically in Zug. And Zug's part of Zurich. So if you're interested in Zug or Zurich, come over and buy virtual real estate this week.
And finally, the super offer.
Sure. So our super offer is for first-time customers, and it enables anyone who is a first-time customer to buy their first plot in SuperWorld. So if you've not ever gotten a plot in SuperWorld, this is a great time to do that. Take advantage of the super offer. And we have benefits worth about $1,100 alongside that. So you get a bonus plot. You also get a consultation for a digital twin. We also have, exclusive invites to events that we're hosting, as well as other things like access to SuperWorld School, which will get you access to, knowledge about the metaverse and Web3 and AI and immersive technology. And we're always kind of improving that SuperWorld School curriculum as well. So this is a great way to jump into SuperWorld and get your first plot. So highly recommend the super offer.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Hrish, for letting people know about the offers that we have for them this week. Now, moving forward, I would ask you to share your screen and to present to people what, in general, people could be interested in to explore in the SuperWorld.
Sure. So let me.
Also, in the meantime, Moonshine Films are watching us from Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
There we go.
So this week we're highlighting Chicago. So the map starts on Chicago, and I'm just going to show you a little bit about how SuperWorld works for anyone who hasn't seen it before. So again, you get to the map screen and you see these numbers here. This is how many properties have been purchased in this location. So I keep zooming out, right? You see the numbers kind of keep popping up all over the map. So people are buying virtual real estate all over the world. And this week we're highlighting Chicago. So you can see all the blue spots there are properties that have already been purchased. You click on any of the blue ones, you can make an offer for those, right? Anywhere else on the map, each property is about $51 at today's prices, about 100 Matic. And you just click and you can buy those properties. And then anything in orange has been repriced. So you can see someone's already bought this property and repriced it to about $92,000. Check this one. This other orange one here, priced to about $94,000. So again, these are digital assets. You can reprice them to whatever price you're interested in. And again, someone else you'd have to find a matching buyer. And if you don't reprice them or list them to sale, someone can give you an offer for that. And so that's kind of the way to go. Most people have not yet repriced their properties. They're holding their properties, but any property an offer can be made on any property. And then the second kind of tab here is events that are happening in the area. Again, I'm highlighting Chicago, but you can click on any event and you can click and get tickets. We have a partnership with Sports Illustrated, SI Tickets, which has lots of sports, concerts, and theater events all over North America on it, 250,000 events. So if I click here, for example, this is an event at the Chicago Symphony. You can click and get tickets. And again, we have lots of live concerts, sports, and theater events. The key here is if you have proper virtual real estate in that location, then you can activate monetization from that live or virtual event ticketing that's happening. And so there's going to be lots of ways to monetize different locations in terms of virtual real estate on the map. And that's what we enable you to do, is activate monetization in real world locations. The other thing you can do is I'll go to New York just to show you another city as an example. So if I go into New York, the other thing you can do is click on the augmented reality button here, and you can see content that's added in real world locations, right? Click anywhere on the map and you can see, an example of content. Looks like a big globe that's in front of the United Nations building, standing and supporting Ukraine. But again, you can add AR content anywhere in real world locations here. This is an example of an eco capsule that one of our super citizens has created. You can go inside the capsule, walk around, look around. So any type of content, 3D, 2D, audio. Here's some artwork that's been placed on a street in Brooklyn. Again, you can add content anywhere in the world on the map. And then also we've enabled you to add NFTs in real world locations. You can add NFTs and sell them in real world locations. So just an example of some of the things you can do in SuperWorld. And we'll go into more of these things as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Hrish, for sharing with us the possibilities of the SuperWorld app. And the next topic is, of course, the topic of the week. which is building your business with SuperWorld. And anyways, by the way, also I also saw that Oliver has asked us a question. So Oliver, your question is going to be answered in the end of the session. Thank you very much for your question. So please let us know now about all the features of maximizing your business visibility with SuperWorld, starting with virtual real estate.
Yeah, sure. So, one of the things that we talk a lot about is how can businesses really benefit from utilizing SuperWorld. And, a lot of us are physically located in specific areas of the world. And maybe we want to have business exposure to other parts of the world, whether it's on the other side of the planet or even a different neighborhood in our own city, and be able to be found in those geographic locations. And so virtual real estate enables you to have this virtual way of having exposure to locations anywhere in the world. So by acquiring virtual real estate in those locations, you're able to activate monetization from, digital commerce, e-commerce, advertising, gaming, from, data analytics, all kinds of things in locations around the world. And, one of the things that we're going to talk a lot about today is SEO and the benefits of gaining, SEO in specific geo-local markets around the world. And, virtual real estate can actually enable you to also benefit from having SEO in specific locations because you own virtual real estate in those locations and can tag your business in specific locations. So virtual real estate is a way of getting exposure to other markets. But it also benefits you because you're able to, again, add your business name to those locations where maybe you don't have a physical presence, but you can have a virtual presence through virtual real estate. And then the other idea is virtual real estate connects to the real world because it's in those physical locations. And so there's all types of kind of connections. I gave you an example of a live event that's happening in the real world. But by having virtual real estate, you could activate the monetization from the ticketing from that live event. But you can also have other connections to, digital assets that have been placed in that real world location, NFTs, for example, AR content, and more things coming, digital twins that we'll talk about as well, of maybe a building or a store that you have. And others can do the same. And so when you own virtual real estate in a specific location, you can activate monetization from the unlimited number of filters that can exist in that location. So other people can also leave content in a location where you own virtual real estate, and you can activate monetization from any of the commerce that's happening there.
Okay, thank you, Hrish. And the next feature is create, discover, and monetize with SuperWorld.
Yeah. So, again, this is kind of just a high level about SuperWorld. So again, we enable you to create content in real world locations. You can host live and virtual events. You can leave immersive content. You can leave NFTs. You can build digital twins of your store. So the idea is we want you to enable you to create anything, any type of content, 3D, 2D, audio, AR, VR, any type of content anywhere. So that's number one, is to create. We're all creators. AI is definitely going to be displacing a lot of jobs, and all of us regardless of what profession we're in, we're going to have to start creating more content. And so SuperWorld enables you to create that content and leave it anywhere in real world locations. You could leave it in downtown in Dubai if you're in Miami, or you could be in Miami and leave something right in downtown Miami. So there's no limit to where in the world geographically you can place content. And I showed that off a little bit earlier. And then the second thing is you can discover content from anywhere. So sitting from anywhere on your desktop or on your mobile application, using the mobile web browser, you can view content from anywhere. And if you're on mobile, you can view it in AR in real world locations. You click view and it'll show up right in front of you. So you can discover from anywhere. And then the third section or third feature is monetization. So you can activate monetization on virtual real estate through e-commerce, digital commerce, advertising, gaming, decentralized finance. And so there's lots of ways to, again, monetize.
Okay, thank you, Hrish. And sorry, what? Yes, exactly, perfect. So now let's elaborate the topic of business profiles, which is a big one, is our also quite a new latest features that we have introduced in SuperWorld. So I think it's a very exciting topic.
Yeah, so business profiles is our newest product, and we're really excited about this because I think one of the things that every business needs is more visibility. And the way that businesses often get visibility is they are, found on Google search, right? They're found in a search engine for a keyword based on a specific area of the world, right? And one of the ways that someone finds our website is based on our SEO and our search ranking in those Google results or the search results, right? And what we've enabled now is any business that's out there that wants to become more visible in any market in the world. So if they're, again, a totally virtual company, but they want to be visible in Dubai or be visible in Miami or, you name the market, now they can create a business profile in SuperWorld. They can add their website on there. They can add their social, links to their social media. They can pick a location anywhere in the world, right? Again, we're a virtual world. So you can pick a GPS coordinate and that's where your business is located in SuperWorld. And therefore you have virtual real estate that corresponds to that location. And then we can get you onboarded onto a digital twin. And what does that do? Well, it shows your customers that you're on the forefront of technology, of immersive tech, of Web3, of AI, and it really differentiates you. Customers can see your profile, they can jump into your digital twin and start doing business or look at your products or, imagine your space or office or piece of real estate or your store, whatever it happens to be, in a more immersive way. And then they can, again, see content that you've placed in that real world location. So a business profile is a really great way to showcase the fact that you've kind of are an advanced, you're using these advanced tools that are available to people and to businesses in SuperWorld. You're really differentiating yourself from your competition. But then, back to the traditional, how do I find you? You're enabling, this benefit on the SEO side. So we're backlinking, and we've really packed this product with a lot of SEO. So you're benefiting from that. And again, we'll have more case studies on some of those benefits coming out soon. But that's the benefit of the business profile.
So you already more or less covered the topics of SEO and the geolocation. So it's still also an opportunity for you to maybe elaborate more on this topic if you would like to.
Yeah, sure. So, just drilling down on this, again, when you're you have a business, the idea is that you're able to increase your SEO through a variety of ways in SuperWorld. So one thing is the business profile. Another thing you can do is have a piece of virtual real estate in a geo-localized area. So if you're talking about, downtown Dubai or downtown Miami, you can buy a piece of virtual real estate there, place your business name there, add your, your link to your business as well. Or also you can create content in augmented reality in those locations and have links to your business from those locations. So we've really kind of found several ways that we can help your business stand out in local markets around the world.
So thank you, Hrish. I want to quickly follow up on the questions that we have. Oliver, I also noticed your question and I am saving it, so just letting you know. And also, Moonshine Films, you have brought up an interesting topic, so I'm also adding it to our Q&A for the end. So thank you also for your insightful comment. Yes, and going further, we also have the topic of geolocation. So I also want to ask you, since you already also mentioned this topic before, if you would like to go also in depth with some other topics, or should we just showcase the video to the people and you can just basically kind of give people an opportunity to see it by themselves? What does it look like?
Yeah, I mean, to drill down further on geolocation, as I mentioned, is, this is an opportunity to have your business profile at a location anywhere in the world. A lot of us are running totally virtual businesses now. We don't maybe have a physical office. Well, with SuperWorld, you can be virtual and have a virtual location anywhere in the world. Add it to your GPS location on the SuperWorld map, and you can be anywhere in the world in SuperWorld. We're a totally virtual world, right? In real world locations. You can add, again, virtual real estate to that mix, own places in real world locations, as well as, again, build a digital twin that can be found in real world locations. So you could have an office, right in downtown New York or wherever you want. And it's a digital twin. People can jump in and see your office right in Times Square, right? And you can do that because we're a virtual world on top of the real world.
Okay, perfect. So let's maybe quickly show people the video so that also the imagination can come true. And yes, Kisa, by the way, later, Kisa TV, we're going to follow up with our offers. So be patient with us. We're going to cover up the weekly offers later.
Quantum assets. I love that, Midas. So this is a video just showing you how you can create a business profile. It's just walking you through. It's super easy. Just come over to SuperWorld and click on business profiles. Actually, you can go to superworldapp.com/business profile to find the landing page for that. So superworldapp.com/business profile. We have a QR code there on the screen that enables you to just get right to that landing page. Click through, you'll get to a screen like this. Just fill out all your information. There's an about us, a cover, logo, a website. This is all your social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And then when you preview your profile, it'll enable you to take a look at what that's going to look like before we publish it. And then, again, it'll show off virtual real estate and also onboard you onto creating a digital twin of your of your business as well, which we can also help you do. We will also have an offer for digital twins alongside your business profile as well. And it's $8 a month to have a business profile in SuperWorld, and we have an offer for that too. So we'll show you what that is. But the idea is it's really benefits your business and allows you to stand out and help you to gain SEO, so search ranking on Google.
Perfect. So I think this was the. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, we also have another very exciting offer this week, specifically for the business profiles.
Yeah.
Right?
So this is what I was talking about. So if you subscribe for a business profile, go to superworldapp.com/business profile, or you can scan the QR code there. Subscribe for a year, which is a $96 charge. It's $8 a month. So if you subscribe for a year, it's $96. But we'll give you 3 bonus plots of virtual real estate anywhere in the world. So it's a $249 value for all of that, just for $96. It gets you a business profile. You'll get 3 plots of virtual real estate that you can pick from anywhere in the world. We'll also help you with SEO on that as well in terms of geolocation. You'll also benefit from the activation of monetization, as I mentioned, in those locations. Again, this is a package, so you'll be able to get a business profile and 3 plots of virtual real estate. It's a great value. We want everyone to sign up for a business profile. So it's a great way to jump into a business profile and get virtual real estate as well anywhere in the world. So that's a great offer.
It is. Yes. Okay. So. Oh yeah. Okay. I see that people are currently scanning. So I'm just going to keep the QR code here on the top left corner in case some of you are interested. So I'm leaving the business offer on. And moving forward, let's recap the offers for this week, because also we even had people who were really interested to hear them. So yeah, the Chicago offer.
So this is for Case of TV. Your question was the other offer. So besides what I just mentioned for the business profile offer, which I just mentioned, get a business profile for a year and get 3 properties anywhere in the world. We have a Chicago offer, which is, we're highlighting ETH Chicago this week, which is a big Ethereum Chicago event. So if you love Chicago, I used to live in Chicago, so I love Chicago. There's a lot of different places in Chicago that are so cool. And so again, 3 properties in Chicago. If you buy 3 properties, you get 2 bonus plots anywhere in the world, or buy 20 properties and get 15 bonus properties anywhere in the world in Chicago this week. So great week to purchase virtual real estate in Chicago. And this week is also the Crypto Oasis Festival in Zurich and Zug. I'm actually going to be there, and we're having a Zurich flash sale. So buy one, get one free in Zurich this week. A lot of the crypto community is in Zurich and in Zug. So if you love those places, if you've been there, if you haven't been there, definitely go over to Zurich this week. This is an awesome flash sale for that event that's happening with our partners, the Crypto Oasis out of Zug and Zurich.
And let's be honest, I think that especially for people who want to be in crypto, getting a plot of land in Zurich is a great investment. Just saying it from my personal perspective. So yeah. Moving forward to the super offer.
And this is the super offer. So if you haven't bought virtual real estate in SuperWorld before, this is always a great offer to take advantage of. Buy your first plot of virtual real estate in SuperWorld, get a bonus plot. And then we have benefits worth, $1,100. There's access to SuperWorld School, access to events. We have a digital twin consultation. And as I said, you get a bonus plot of virtual real estate after buying your first plot of virtual real estate. So lots of awesome stuff there, and a great way to start your journey into immersive tech, Web3, and AI.
Okay, thanks, Hrish. And yes, so this was, let's say, the last point, right, from us educating people about the opportunities of SuperWorld and how they can use SuperWorld in order to improve their business visibility. So now the plan is that we're just doing a short recap from the session, a summary of most important learnings, and then the last step will be to do a Q&A with our audience. So if you guys have some more questions, this is now also the perfect moment to drop them here in the comments wherever you're watching us from. I saved all the all the questions that were dropped in the comments. So if you stay with us until the end, we're going to answer all of your questions. So yeah, please go ahead, Hrish, and give us the recap from today.
Yeah, so I think today is all about maximizing a business's visibility with SuperWorld. And I think one of the things that everyone has a challenge about is, how does your business get discovered? And whether your business is virtual or if you have a physical location, one of the things that we want is for people to find our business. And the way most of us get discovered is on search. And, by coming to SuperWorld and creating a business profile in SuperWorld, what you're doing is you're creating another place to have your business, the company, the description of your business, the social media links, content from your business, to be able to geolocate your business anywhere in the world. So if you are virtual, and you want to be in a certain market, you can do that with your business profile. Again, we're a virtual world, so you could be anywhere in the world in SuperWorld. So if you want to be in downtown Miami or downtown Dubai or downtown London, whatever it happens to be, in New York City, you can do that in SuperWorld on your business profile. Just pick a GPS location, and that's where your business is located and can be searchable in that location. We'll also enable you to show off virtual real estate that is corresponding to that location, thereby telling your customers that you're into immersive tech and Web3. They can identify and discover content that you might have left at that location in augmented reality. And additionally, you can show off a digital twin. And if you don't have a digital twin yet, and you're a business owner, or you have an office or a piece of real estate or a store, even if you have a Shopify store, you can create a digital twin of your store so people can walk in 3D and come in and talk to you or see your products in a very immersive way. And so we want to enable everyone to get into a digital twin. And the gateway for all of that is the business profile. So on the top left, there is a QR code, scan that, and you'll be well on your way to getting a business profile in SuperWorld. And, to recap that business profile offer, anyone who signs up for a year of a business profile, which is about a $96 payment, it's $8 a month, sign up for a year, and we'll give you 3 plots of virtual real estate anywhere in the world for that. So it's about a $249 offer for buying virtual real estate and getting a business profile. So it's a great offer, but again, the idea is, how do you maximize your business visibility, and how do you geolocate your business in different places around the world, and also demonstrate your customers that you're more advanced in the areas of immersive tech, Web3, and AI by showcasing a digital twin, showcasing virtual real estate, and more to come as we continue to build out the capabilities of what a business can do in SuperWorld.
Okay, thank you very much, Hrish, for summarizing all the benefits of, like growing your business with us. And we have actually quite a nice number of questions, and I also find the questions today to be really interesting. So let's not wait any longer and just get into the Q&A session. So the first question is from Oliver. Does SuperWorld work within building or supermarket in AR, or is it only for outdoor experience?
Yeah, so SuperWorld's a virtual filter on top of the real world, a virtual layer on top of the real world, right? And so, what does that mean? It means that the content that can be discovered in real world locations anywhere in the world. So it doesn't have to just be outdoor; it could be indoor. You could, click on a 3D object inside of your house or apartment or building, and it'll pull up in augmented reality on your mobile device in web AR. So you can view content inside of any building or any location for that matter in SuperWorld, inside or outside. And we're adding more and more capabilities to that. So not only can you see things in AR, but soon enough, you'll be able to actually jump into 3D environments as well. You can do that already in SuperWorld. So we have ways like a digital twin that you can jump into a store or go into an environment, and you can create that environment totally custom. But you can also what's coming is the ability to jump into a city or a cityscape and walk around and see things or leave content into a 3D environment. Kind of like you think of Grand Theft Auto, that video game where you kind of walk into a city. So you can do things in real world environments, like I explained to you, like a supermarket or a building in augmented reality, or you can even jump into a 3D environment. So that's coming as well.
Okay, perfect. And next question is, oh, actually, this is not a question, this is a statement, and I find it very interesting. So it would be great if you also evaluate on that. Always found the word content to be a dilutive way of talking about second screen media that usually feels like it's made to suck your time versus meaningful stuff worth revisiting. Is it just me? I think it's a good topic. How virtual worlds can consume our time, and actually how SuperWorld is trying to do the contradictory, right?
Yeah. So I think what is being asked there, it's kind of hard to completely understand, but I'll try to
Okay.
touch on this. I think that the ability for all of us as individuals to create meaningful content in real world locations, can be something that is additive to your real world experience as opposed to an escape from your real world experience. So it uses the word suck your time. And I think that, what he might be alluding to there is that, a lot of times we're looking at content on your phone or you're scrolling on like Instagram and you're sucking your time. But what if you could add, meaningful information in places that exists in the real world. So you're out there experiencing a location and you're getting information that's benefiting you and that's adding to your experience, not sucking your time into something else. And that's something I talk a lot about, which is, at SuperWorld, our vision is to enhance your real life, not to create a life escaping platform, but to create a life enhancing platform. So I think that's Moonshine Films. I hope that I touched on that properly, if that made sense. But if it didn't, please ask again.
I also got an impression that it was going in that direction. It's just about really finding content that creates value and makes our life meaningful instead of just consuming our valuable time. That's why I found this comment quite interesting, because knowing you, I knew that with SuperWorld it's the opposite. Okay, next question. How does SuperWorld curating immersive experiences for a quality time well spent? How is, I guess, SuperWorld curating immersive experiences for a quality time well spent?
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to understand the question as well, but let me see if I can, I guess, zone in on that as well. I think what's being asked here is that how can, as a user, you curate what you're seeing in a way that actually gives you a quality experience. So you're viewing things that are beneficial to you. Ultimately, I think the vision here is, we want you to be able to create the world around you and or discover the world around you based on what you're interested in seeing or what you're interested in creating. So we really want to give you control. It's your world. We say make the world yours, and that's the point. And so ultimately, I think you're as a user, able to use the tools in SuperWorld to create the world around you. That's number one. And then on the discovery side, we want to make it easy to search content and discover content that you love. And we're actually launching a feature coming very soon called Worlds. And just to talk a little bit about that, it hasn't launched yet, so it's a little bit of alpha. But that feature is where you're going to have complete control and be able to find content and create content that you want and be able to literally filter out anything else you don't want. And you can bring content that you want into your world too. So it's going to be very exciting. And that is exactly how you're going to be able to curate the immersive experience for the quality time well spent, as you said, Moonshine Films.
How does SuperWorld curate immersive experiences? Oh, sorry, this is okay. There is also another question. Now I see. What is a non-real estate buyer experience from visiting SuperWorld that's unique? So I think the second question is something that we can also answer.
I'm trying to understand that one too. What is a non-real estate buyer experience from visiting SuperWorld that's unique? Don't understand that one.
I think that how I understand this, I'll just okay, because I see also some comments. I think that from what I understand is that if you're not interested in buying eventually, like investing in real estate, what other value does SuperWorld create, to other potential users?
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, to be clear, no one has to buy real estate, right? You don't have to buy real estate to experience SuperWorld, right? Just to be clear, when you buy real estate, you become a stakeholder in real world locations. That's why you buy real estate, is if you understand, the vision of SuperWorld, and you want to become a stakeholder in real world locations and be able to activate monetization from all of the things that we mentioned: advertising, digital commerce, e-commerce, data, gaming, analytics, all of those things, that's when you want to be an owner of virtual real estate in real world locations. But if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to become a stakeholder in real world locations, you can still create content anywhere. You could still discover content from anywhere. You could still create a digital twin. You could create a business profile. There's lots and lots of things that you can do in SuperWorld. You can buy tickets to events. You could create a live or virtual event anywhere in the world. So these are all different things that you can do in SuperWorld besides buying virtual real estate or selling virtual real estate.
So also just to follow up, because I also see some people also like continuing the discussion from previous questions, like we want to make sure that we answer all of the questions that are asked in comments. So just to not make people feel ignored, like if we have time, we'll be happy to follow up with you. Probably you can also hit Hrish up and just continue this interesting conversation. But now we really need to prioritize, like answering all the questions. I'm also not sure about this. What do you understand means what about old contracts? Is it something that you are able to answer, or should we just move on with another question?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that means. I would need more
context,
right? On what he means. Maybe you're asking, we were previously on Ethereum and now we're on Polygon with our virtual real estate. And again, it's just a migration. So everything that was on Ethereum is on Polygon. So if you previously had virtual real estate on Ethereum, you'll have virtual real estate on Polygon. So I think that's what that means, but happy to answer a question if there's a more context on what you mean by that.
Okay, and another question, what I like about SuperWorld's potential is how it could serve as a stage for cross-platform transmedia storytelling. But when I say metaverse, I get eye rolls. Who's investing into immersive storytelling? So I guess also it's important to point out the potential, of that space.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I think we definitely also recognize the ability for anyone to utilize SuperWorld to tell stories in utilizing transmedia. So across, linear, interactive, and immersive content. So whether it's a video, whether it's a photo, whether it's an interactive type game, whether it's an immersive piece of content. The awesome thing here is that you can really touch your customers or touch your audience in a variety of different ways and in different locations, and be able to create content that goes across all of those mediums. And that is very exciting. And in terms of immersive storytelling, I think that we have super citizens who are landowners, like WTAF, who's one of the well-known content producers of film and content around food and travel content. And you'll see them very active in SuperWorld. And we're launching, as I said, that Worlds product, and you'll see them as one of the companies that's going to be launching with us on that too. And they're a company that produces amazing content across mediums, and they want to get into immersive storytelling. And we're seeing that quite a bit from whether it's an AR content creator. Like Tech Mental is one of our well-known super citizens who creates a lot of, AR content, but also creates a lot of video content, right? So this is why we're kind of building these tools to enable people to tell stories immersively.
Okay. I purchased a plot around 2 years ago. How can I access the ability of creating the digital twin? I have not seen where I can create what you are speaking about.
Sure. Just go to superworldapp.com/digital twins. And you'll be able to click there, learn about the digital twin offering. The first offering of the digital twins is the probably the easiest one to go with. And click and just fill out the form on the bottom there, and we'll get in touch. And you can create a 3D immersive Unity-based digital twin of your store, or your residence, or your art gallery. There's lots of different options, and we can talk to you about what the best option is. And then very soon we're going to be launching a filter called Digital Twins, where all of the digital twins that are being created will be easily accessible on that filter of SuperWorld. So you can go in and click and see all kinds of digital twins that have been created all over the world. But yeah, again, superworldapp.com/digital twins. And that is the best way, www.superworldapp.com/digital twins.
I also want to add to what you said, that our last session, which was 2 weeks ago, because last week also we didn't manage. So 2 weeks ago, we had a session about digital twins, and it's also a perfect opportunity for you to just learn anything that you need about the topic of digital twins. There are also plenty of QR codes, so you don't have to even type it in. You're learning, you're scanning the QR code, you have everything in one place. So I also highly recommend you to just scroll down on our timeline. You're on YouTube, so you will probably very easily access it on YouTube and just watch it. And yeah, it's a great source of information, so I highly recommend this to you.
Yeah, definitely watch that episode of virtual real estate. Of digital twins, that we did a live webinar on.
Yeah. So another question from Martin. Does this business profile allow me to attach the virtual building I can create and use? Are there any examples I can see? I only see the picture on the map. So I guess just some examples of how it can be really applied is something that Martin is trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, the business profile will enable you, as you know, to showcase, the standard stuff about your business, the business description, profile photo, cover photo, social media links, and then, as you aptly stated, you'll also be able to show off virtual real estate you own, because being able to pick a location anywhere on earth, and we'll show you the corresponding virtual real estate of your business, and will also enable you to show off a digital twin. Now, if you don't have a digital twin created, we'll help you create a digital twin. And so again, let us know. We're at www.superworldapp.com/digital twins. Set up an appointment there. Just leave us your information. We'll get in touch, and we can help you get a digital twin set up of your business, your store, your gallery, you name it. And so, we can show you examples. That landing page I told you about, if you click, you can see an example and walk through a gallery, and you'll have an avatar and see what that looks like. That's the best way to see what a digital twin looks like. And we can show you lots of samples when we set up a meeting with you.
So I also believe that the best way to get more insights on that topic, if there are some specific questions, is just to set up an appointment with us. So okay, so there's also a question that I actually see quite frequently on our webinars, whether there are any updates for the Apple glasses.
Yeah, so Apple is going to be launching the Apple Vision Pro next spring. If you Google Apple Vision Pro You can see news about that right on Apple's website. They made a launch announcement earlier this year, and it's going to be very exciting. Spatial computing is going to change the world. And, again, SuperWorld's been building on Apple since the very first day ARKit came out in 2017. So we're very excited. We will be on Apple Vision Pro, and we're very excited about that. It's going to revolutionize spatial computing, and that's what we're very interested in, is immersive technology and spatial computing and all the possibilities that are come from that. Good question.
Are you marketing SuperWorld to the general public? If I put a business profile on SuperWorld, is it just other SuperWorld plot owners that I'm marketing to?
Yeah, great question. So again, the business profile is not just for marketing to SuperWorld. So what we have done is we've enabled that business profile to be picked up by all of the search engines, right? And so, again, by creating a business profile, you're giving your business another place that it can be found online, right? So if I go to a search engine like Google and I search for, your business name, I'm going to uncover this SuperWorld business profile that you created. And over time, the strength of that profile will increase because we are linking content to that profile. You're linking a digital twin to that profile, and you can ultimately also link virtual real estate to that profile. And so we've really enabled that profile to get you as a business a lot of exposure. And you can also geolocate your business. So if you're virtual, but you want to be in a certain market or other markets, not just one market, you can do that by leveraging a business profile and virtual real estate and AR content posts and adding links to those posts to specific locations. So if you have questions about that, because this is a really good question, write us. We're happy to tell you how to do that and happy to get you into business profile. Again, take advantage of the offer, the business profile offer plus 3 plots of real estate. It's a no-brainer. It's a $250 value and you're getting it for $96 and you get into a business profile for a year.
We also have the last question, but I also will just show this one because I think it's quite funny that when can I make enough to quit my job and just manage my plots? I hope very soon, but yeah, I just wanted to show this one. And yeah, I think it's the last question, but I mean, if you guys still have some, then please go ahead. Would it be possible to tokenize farmland to implement smart logistics, digital twin aspects, connect microcomputer and modules to the land and interlink those? If so, would I be able to, instead of building an office, track the analytics and resources?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. What you're asking here, which is a great question, Midas, is, how can you use these technologies in agriculture to, again, to be able to analyze, what's happening on your farmland. And I think it's a really awesome use case. We're launching a product called Worlds that I mentioned. And, I think the vision of that product is that we want to enable anyone to be able to utilize this technology for the use case that they're getting real world utility from. So I showed you an example of what we're doing with SI Tickets, which is, in their case, they're selling, tickets to live concert, sports, and theater events in SuperWorld. And what your use case is another use case for agriculture. And what we want to do is, again, enable you to utilize similar tools, immersive tech, Web3, and AI, for the use case that you're looking for. And, in some of these use cases, like the one you mentioned, there's going to take a little bit more customization. And so, those use cases, we can build out some custom solutions as we talked about, and would love to hear about that. So if this is a project that you're interested in, get in touch with us and we can figure out how, we could build a custom world for you to do exactly what you're looking to do there. Because I think it's an awesome use case. And we have a lot of interest as well from others that are looking into agricultural applications of SuperWorld, which I think is a great use case.
And so we got one more question. So does our art stay in the same place at where we left it on in SuperWorld? Example, I want to land at Disney. Can I go there and draw? Then people can come to Disney after I long left and see it.
Yeah. So, hey, Jerry, what's going on, man? Great question. So again, you can geolocate content anywhere in the world. And once you've geolocated that content, it is in that location unless you delete it. And again, just to be clear, it's there in what we call your world, right? And so if I want to see your content, I can see it in that location. I can see it on the map in SuperWorld. I can see it from my mobile phone in that location. So it's geolocated and persistent in that location, but I can visualize it from anywhere in the world as well.
Oh, thank you for. Sorry, no. I mean, so we actually answered that question. So just letting you know, like in the meantime, we did answer that question. Can I still create? But maybe let's just cover this question again. I guess. I do not own the building of the place I purchased. Can I still create the digital twin?
So this is an important question. So one of the things that you have to be aware of for any piece of content is you want to own the IP of anything that you're creating, right? So if you're creating it and it's totally new, it's fine because you're creating your own IP. But you can't, create something using IP that you don't own. So there's certain, stipulations around that, whether it's a piece of art or other things. So you got to kind of be careful about, other stipulations around using AI to create IP that's still kind of being, figured out actually right now. A lot of things are, in the technology space as it relates to AI, actually being determined right now what you can do and can't do with AI. But generally, you should only be working with IP that you own. That being said, if you own virtual real estate in a location in the world, you can create anything you want in that location as long as you don't use anyone else's IP. So you can create a building there, you can create anything you want. And again, back to Jerry's question earlier, that content will be in that location in your filter of the world. Other people can see that content if they want to see content you've created, or if they're following you or want to see your content. So, again, work with your own IP, don't use others' IP, and you're safe creating anything you want.
Okay, and so we still have the question here. What are the opportunities for early prospectors like me who bought swaths of virtual real estate based off the hunch that this will take off?
Yeah, so again, we want to make sure that everyone is aware that you're building in SuperWorld, and we're giving all of us tools to build and to develop your property, to develop content in real world locations. As I said, to create, discover, and monetize anything anywhere in real world locations. So the opportunities are to think about what it is that you want to create, what it is that you want to discover. Maybe it's for your business, maybe it's for your hobbies, maybe it's to highlight something that you care about or you're passionate about. We have super citizens that create projects for, not-for-profits that they're involved with, for, they'll build a digital twin for their business with, projects underway in that regard. We have others that are interested in live events or in virtual events. So, as we continue to build these tools, there's more and more opportunities. But I would say, if I were going to highlight them right now, I would say it's being able to create a business profile, being able to create a digital twin, being able to create AR content in specific locations, being able to create NFTs, digital assets in locations, being able to, token gate content in specific locations, and more features to come with worlds, as I mentioned, which is coming very soon, and other things related to kind of going into 3D environments, which I also mentioned is also coming pretty soon as well. So lots of opportunities. Again, we're all building SuperWorld together. And, as virtual real estate owners and as super citizens, would love your input and feedback on what tools that we can keep creating. Just as an example, business profiles, that product came from one of our super citizens who wanted us to build something that could help his business highlight and showcase itself. So if you guys have ideas, Mr. Dayfabs, definitely let me know or let us know. We'd love to see how we can build that for you.
When it comes to ownership, are there any plans to link the asset to a living will in the event of individual stuff? I know there are a few protocols that links those kinds of documents to contracts.
I think this is also a good question. I think that what we think about in terms of our vision at SuperWorld is to utilize, best in class tools, and to be able to again create a product that's cross-platform. And so what I mean by that is, in terms of what we're doing on the immersive tech side, as an example, we're built on Apple, we're built on Google, we're built on Niantic's products, Eighth Wall, we're built on Oculus. On the blockchain side, we're on Ethereum, we're on Polygon, we're on web, we're on mobile, we'll be on, you name the headset that's coming out, we'll be on it. And the idea there is that, for a lot of these different features, we look in the market, and whether it's, what avatar is SuperWorld going to use for its products, as an example, or what wallet are we going to give out for our users to use. We'll look out and see what the best products are in the market and offer those up to our customers. And so in terms of your question about plans to link assets to a living will, we should look into that, and would love to get your ideas if you have some. And there might be a way to kind of create a way to link those assets to those living wills that are important. So it's a good question. We haven't looked into this yet, but I think that as a owner of digital assets, there's products out there that again, we're built on Polygon, which is a pretty versatile way to create a digital asset. And so any of the products out there that you're probably going to find that enable that will likely work with Polygon. But let us know if they don't, and we can help you kind of sort that out, Midas. But good question.
Okay, I don't see any more questions popping up in the comments, so I would say that this was the last one for today. And yeah, wow, this was quite a discussion today, no? Lots of really interesting questions. And it really makes me happy to see that people are really curious about SuperWorld and how they can apply it in their own lives, because this is also very much what the questions were based off today. So it was a good session, really. I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for participating, for giving us all those wonderful questions. And also, just to close it, next week we also have our webinar. As always, we'll update you about the topic. And Hrish, just some final words.
Yeah, no, thanks so much. Again, lots of great questions. We're very excited about what we're doing with business profiles. Like I said, take advantage of the business profile offer. It's a great way to get a business profile, get you into a digital twin. Lots of ways to gain visibility for your business to doing that geolocally anywhere in the world. So very excited about it. If you have questions we didn't answer, if you have other follow-up questions, please write us. We're in live chat right on the website, or reach out to us, outreach@superworldapp.com. Love to answer your questions. Love to get you into a business profile. If you have ideas, let us know at outreach@superworldapp.com. Would love to see how we can build those into the feature as well. So thanks again. We're very excited about continuing to build SuperWorld together.
Yeah, thank you. And have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are. See you next week.